What's up, guys? Me and Bucknut are back with another episode of College Football is King, the Will Deal.
What you talking about, Will?
Yeah.
Yo,
It's the real deal. Stats, facts. It's the real deal. Sports. Tell me where you deal. Is the deal real? Is you gon' prove to be phony? Yes, I'm in the field trying to get a meal. A lot of folks saying we homies. Literally sending no hits that blitz. Take his little pack, pick six a brick. Play the each back, can't miss, I'm lit. Boy, you so sad, finesse the knit. I don't got no friends, I can't trust none of them. Cause they see through like water. Only thing that I put my trust in is the over and over.
Tonight between Florida State and Louisville.
Florida State and Louisville, what's that? It's a 2.5 spread. I like Florida State to cover, dude. I like Florida State to cover with a under.
This will definitely if they prove, I feel like they can prove themselves this week. If they go 3-0, they will be ranked next week.
Okay, so yeah,
Especially if they win. I think they should beat this Louisville team by 10.
by 10, I can see 10. Norval or whatever. This, you know how we was talking last year about the young coaches that had got the big jobs or whatnot, or whatever, and which ones we thought was gonna make it. Like Frost, he was right there. He was knocking at the door, but he just couldn't win the big game. And I mean, he's out of there. But Norval, on the other hand, that LSU game was huge for him. That was huge.
Yes,
that was huge for his career, and it's no question about it. Florida State's gonna get talent. That's one of the most prestigious programs in college football and whatnot. But back to this game, I do see, these guys winning this game. I like Florida State to be a contender in the ACC along with Pitt or whatnot. I would honestly just want to say it's going to be either out of those two teams. Of course, the Clemson, but I think those two teams plus a Miami, judging on what they do, are, in contention to perhaps beating Clemson this year.
I think Florida State's still a year away because aren't they in the same division as Clemson?
What would that be, the Atlantic or the Coastal?
Yeah.
Let's see, Florida State and Clemson. No, they're actually two different divisions because it's generally, yes, I think Clemson may be in the Atlantic or whatever, and Florida State, no, Clemson's in the Coastal and Florida State's in the Atlantic because they got it close to whatever's on the Atlantic Ocean or whatever. Yeah. That's what they got, them schools, and then they got the teams on like the coast of.
Actually, they are in
East
the
Coast.
Same, they're in the same conference in the same division.
They are in the same.
Yep.
Okay.
They have that's a tough side right there. You have Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina State, and Wake.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking those games back in the day with Taj Boyd, Sammy Watkins, and DeAndre Hopkins always used to be against the Florida State. I may have been wrong, but you're right. Yeah.
But do you think?
All right, go ahead.
Do you think UNC has a chance to pull off since they're in the other side?
UNC?
Yeah, with that high-powered offense. They've scored 154 points in 2 games.
We're talking about the same UNC that led Appalachian State put 61 on them in week 1 and almost lost to a Georgia State last week, week 2.
Yeah, they may not have a defense, but
so who do they got this week? Let's see. North Carolina has, who does UNC have? I'm not 100% sure on who UNC has, but I don't think they're a contender. No, if that's what you was asking.
yeah, do you think they have a chance to win their side of the conference?
Well, who's over there? NC State?
No, it's
Pitt?
I think they could outscore a Pitt team.
I don't think they're beating Pitt. Just I may be giving the SEC too much credit or whatnot, but that Pitt team with Keaton Slovis is pretty good. Pitt's tight end, what's his name? Gavin Bartholomew. He's a first rounder for sure. For sure. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. The kid looks like a young Dallas Goddard out there. But I like Pitt to win this side, man. If they're in this, is Pitt and North Carolina the same?
It's Miami, Pitt,
Ooh.
UNC. I think it's out of those three schools, Miami, Pitt, and UNC.
Wait,
I think.
And you said the other side was the tough side?
I mean, you have Clemson, North Carolina State, and Wake.
NC State loses.
With Wake having their quarterback back, they're gonna be tough.
NC State loses to Texas Tech this week.
UNC loses to Texas Tech this week.
NC State does.
Oh, NC State.
Yeah, NC State loses.
Yeah, I can see that. See that.
With the under for sure. The 10-point spread. Yeah, they don't cover. For sure. I'm not big on NC State. ECU should have beat them week 1.
I think the ACC is a conference that they're going to beat each other and knock each other out of the playoff picture.
Mm-hmm. Their ACC. Yeah, their ACC is weak, man.
Because Clemson, I mean, their offense is terrible. And if you score 30 points against even 28 against Clemson, I think you beat them.
For sure. Well, I don't know. I don't think nobody's scoring that many points on Clemson, to be quite frank.
Yeah, their defense is still tough, even though Venables is gone.
Yeah, their defense is a man, dude. But
who is their new defensive coordinator? Venables left.
I'm not 100% on that, but whoever is, he probably has one of the best defensive lines in college football. To be honest, which they look good. But let's move forward. What else you got for me?
I could see South Alabama Jaguars pulling up the upset against UCLA.
Hey! That's actually on mine, though, dude. That's one of my upsets. And I'm not just saying because that's a Sun Belt school. I looked at that game last night. I looked at the line or whatever. South Alabama. What is it? A 12-point spread in favor of UCLA?
I think it's up to 15.5 now.
Up to 15, and I know last week UCLA played Alabama State out of Montgomery or whatnot, but this is going to be a totally different Alabama team coming into UCLA, and I think this could be one of the biggest wins in South Alabama football history, next to the Mississippi State win a couple of years ago. But yeah, I like that. I really like that one, Jordan. I really like that one. One of my upsets was Nevada over Iowa, if you could call it an upset.
Yeah.
Would that be classified as an upset? I don't know.
Iowa and Nevada?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be considered an upset, especially with it being I think if Iowa loses this game, I believe that Brent Ferentz is on his seat's very hot.
They probably would ask him to resign. Don't you think since he's been a coach for like 24 years, they probably would. You think they would just kind of be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's tough to say. I mean, I could see that because if he's sticking with that quarterback and he's thrown 9 interceptions in 2 games.
It's awful.
No touchdowns.
Dude, I haven't watched.
He's beaten Iowa himself.
Yeah. I haven't seen nothing this atrocious in. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched them in the Big Ten championship last year.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Yeah, it was.
It was an absolute joke. Like
The West is a joke. Besides, I think Minnesota has a very good chance to reach I think they're the best team in the West, Big Ten West.
Okay. Who?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. And they're subpar. They're a mid-tier football team if you want to know the gist of it.
Yeah.
They couldn't beat Ole Miss. They couldn't beat Florida State. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that conference honestly needs Nebraska. That conference needs Urban Meyer in Nebraska. If Urban Meyer goes to Nebraska, he'll have the Big Ten West. He'll have Nebraska a powerhouse in the Big Ten West, which isn't saying much, but he'd be winning.
Yeah, but I just can't.
And dude, I was just looking at some people in the group was just bashing Urban Meyer, dude. It's life, man. You know what I mean? It is life. Like
everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? People gonna make mistakes, man. Like every marriage, you know what I'm saying? Everything's not gonna work out. You know what I mean? Before Nick Saban, let me get this one off my chest, Joy. Before Nick Saban went on his run, Urban Meyer was in that spotlight at Florida. You know, you can't take what the guy did from the past decade, and then when it comes to Ohio State and win the national championship, the guy has 3 natties, dude. I hate to say it, but he's one of the best.
He's a Hall of Fame coach for sure.
Yes, he's one of the best coaches in the past 20 years in college football. Yes, Nick Saban has this or whatnot, but this guy is still a phenomenal coach.
He brought Ohio State to where they are today. He set the standard.
He did.
He brought that new style of offense.
Mm-hmm.
That intensity.
Yeah, unfortunately, the NFL didn't work for him at Jacksonville. But I mean, I would like
Saban didn't work out.
It didn't work out for Saban either. I would like to see Urban Meyer go to Nebraska and bring the program back. I would really like to see it. And I think he can do it. And I honestly think he can do it.
Honestly, I don't see him going back into coaching. I think he's finished.
Well, check this out. Say he goes to Nebraska and wins 3 more. Then who's the greatest coach in college football history? How many does Saban have right now?
What, 6?
He had 6?
I think 2000.
Okay,
Meyer. I'm not a big Alabama fan, so
Urban Meyer has 3. If he goes to Nebraska and wins 3, who goes down? And that's it. Huh?
That's a far fetch because he didn't do that at Ohio State.
But he won 2 at Florida. He would have won 3 at Ohio State if he stayed.
Yeah.
Hell, he had.
But I just don't see him going back into coaching, man.
Hell, he had a 3rd stream out there that destroyed Bama.
Yeah. He can definitely bring talent, his intensity and stuff, but I think he's done, to be honest.
Okay.
I think that Mickey Joseph can prove himself if he beats Oklahoma this week.
Mickey Joseph, he'll
have that job.
No. I don't think that's the direction Nebraska needs to go. I think Nebraska needs to go for an NFL guy and a younger coach. Well, I don't know. I can't say that because the Scott they just tried that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they'll go that way. I think they'll I don't know, man. They got to get Joseph. He played quarterback at Nebraska.
No, Scott Frost did too. But
yeah, that's true.
And I would love, I love the storyline for Mickey Joseph being the first black anything in, Nebraska athletics, but I still don't think they need to go that direction. I think they need to go with somebody that's been a proven winner, somebody that has a netty, somebody that knows how to structure a football team in this day and era.
And who would that be? Who are you sticking with the Urban Meyer take right there? That Urban Meyer's going to be the next head coach at Nebraska, or do you think?
Yeah, that's what they need a coach like. It's the type of program that can honor a good coach like Urban Meyer. They have the prestige, the black shirts. That's a lot of people's favorite team, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I would like to see Urban there. I wanted to say Coach O just because he's a great recruiter or whatnot, and he's been on that West Coast and he can get some kids from Cali there. But O wouldn't be bad.
Honestly, I mean, Nebraska. They've put up numbers Casey Thompson has 866 yards passing.
Hey, Bill O'Brien. This is his name, Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, that could be a name.
Bill O'Brien to Nebraska. Dan Mullen to Nebraska.
That could be a potential target.
He can win. He can win that conference easily. He'd be the best coach on the West. They beat Wisconsin every year.
I still think that the West juggernaut this year is Minnesota.
Minnesota. I heard that.
I like because that's a fifth year quarterback.
So let's talk about this Big Ten East as Penn State heads down to Auburn, Alabama this weekend, and they have a spread of 3.5. I'm not 100% sure on the quarterback situation at Auburn. I'm not big on TJ Finley. I like his, athleticism or whatnot, but I really want to see Zach Calzada. I really want to see Zach Calzada in there at quarterback at Auburn, just to be 100%. You know what I mean?
I honestly think Penn State's going to go in there and beat Auburn by if they don't go in there and beat Auburn by 10, it'd be a bad look for the Big Ten if we don't go in there and manhandle Auburn.
I think Auburn wins that game, 24-17.
You think so?
For sure. Auburn had them on the ropes last year to be exact, but as you know, Penn State had the rookie Jahan. As you know, Penn State had the rookie Jahan Dotson, who had 2 touchdowns this week for my Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think there's a good potential with Clifford, and that freshman running back for Penn State is dangerous now. He's squatting more than Saquon Barkley.
Oh, really?
And he's a freshman.
Oh.
He's a freak. He's gonna but also, you never know with Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Because
hey, Jordan, hold on 1 second. Let me put my computer on charge.
All right.